charity should be one of the worships that we are doing. Why not donate to One Ummah? They have 100% donation policy and they are helping 15 countries that have been poverty stricken. Link in the description below. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. Artificial intelligence, more specifically artificial intelligent search engines like ChatGPT and Bard are taking the headlines. People are using them in schools, they're using it in jobs, coders are using it. We are seeing a great push and a great leap in the acceptability of artificial intelligence in the lives of the average layman. It's like the Fortnite model, mate. Give it to them for free, let them use it, that will increase the popularity. And even the social medias, Facebook, YouTube, they're free in the literal sense, but obviously the currency is data, yeah? They get your data and information to sell to advertisers. But the point that I wanted to get to was, number one, why is artificial intelligence in terms of the search engines doing so well? Well, I would say it's because of society having three flaws. Number one, being antisocial. Number two, being lonely. And number three, being lost. How are they antisocial? Well, three main reasons. Number one, you can attribute mostly to social media, neglecting the people near you just so you can do foolish stuff for strangers, so you can get the old likes, you can get the old views and become famous. Number two, it's immersive gaming, yeah, and it's becoming more and more immersive now with Unreal Engine 5 coming into the picture. And of course, I'd say the socializing threshold has become higher. You have to tick certain boxes to be accepted within a certain group. Number two, I said lonely, and you can attribute that to the breakdown of the family unit. It could be parents separating, it could be the attack on femininity and masculinity, causing a rift that affects the kids, the man, the woman. They're all separate, they're all fragmented. So naturally, they're lonely. And I would say lost because a lack of religion, a lack of positive culture and tradition means that people are falling prey to liberalism. And liberalism is pushing all sorts of garbage and nonsense that doesn't make sense. In fact, there's so much confusion being pushed by the mainstream narrative. You're seeing Israel doing madness, but they're telling you, no, they're the good guys. Then you see a man with a beard and a mustache wearing a bikini. They're saying that's a woman right there. Why? I don't understand. Because he said so.
Oh, but that guy over there says he's a pogo stick.
Don't be silly, mate. Don't be silly. So with all of this going on, computers enter the picture, and computers are seen as objective. They're seen as intelligent. They're not seen as people that are there to trick you and hurt your feelings. Even psychologically, people are more receptive to taking information from a computer without debating and becoming angry, as opposed to see a human being, because of the way they perceive the computer. It's benign, mate. It's just ones and zeros. It's just code. So this makes it a beautiful vehicle for propaganda. And look at what it's offering. It's offering convenience and speed. When you go to the imam and you ask him a question, he may know some things, he may not know. You go to the teacher, they may be specialized in a specific subject. You have to go online, you have to read a book. Who's going to be doing that, mate? Just type it into ChatGPT. Bob's your uncle, mate. Number two, it's someone to speak to that's not going to judge you and say, hey, where are you from, mate? Hey, why are you so old? Where's your hair gone? Nah, mate, it's a computer. It don't give a monkeys about that sort of stuff. And number three, mate, it's intelligent. It's not going to give you no dopey answer. So I'd say these three things, amongst many others, make it quite appealing actually. But just like with anything else, it's very important for us to look at the potential pitfalls. I mean, we have fallen flat on our face when it comes to the smartphone and all sorts of stuff, yeah? So the first harm I would say is monopoly over the information. And this we see in other sectors as well. For example, some companies that hold pretty much majority of the control when it comes to movies, when it comes to music, when it comes to food. Let me just give you an example when it comes to food.
Y'all, did you even realize that like all the products on our supermarket shelves are owned by literally 10 companies? Nestle owns chocolate bars, microwave dinners, Gerber Baby, L'Oreal, and Ralph Lauren. And cat food? P&G owns all of your laundry detergent, your dryer sheets, your toothpaste, and like batteries? And they're all supposed to be competing against each other. Like, no, they're not. They're owned by one company. Unilever literally owns ice cream and then also body wash. Mars owns like every single chocolate bar under the sun. Kellogg's and General Mills own like all of the different cereal. Pepsi owns the soda and the chips that you eat with your lunch. Kraft like owns everything from like cheese to candy to like gum.
And ChatGPT belongs to Microsoft. And Bard, yes, Google's got a lot of data, it's going to come to the picture. But again, it's just two sides of the same coin. It doesn't matter whether it's Microsoft or Google, both of them are not coming from an ethical point of view. And the second thing I would say is over-reliance. Yeah, coffee's not a big deal. Having sugar every now and then is not a big deal. But over-reliance, it becomes like a drug. You start getting headaches when you don't have them. Yeah, and that's where we see even the issue with alcohol and with drugs. Over-reliance on them is madness. We've seen it actually with the rise of technology. Take phone numbers. Do you know more than 2 phone numbers? Have you bothered memorizing them? Of course not. Why? Because your phone does it. Parking sensors. People don't really know how to parallel park. Spatial knowledge is not the best. Why? Because I just got a sensor that will beep me. And there's loads of other examples like autocorrect and spellings. People aren't, memorizing spellings. And look what I asked ChatGPT. I asked it that if a man biologically transitions into a woman, and if you don't marry them on the basis that that's just not your cup of tea, is that transphobic? They said, yeah, pretty much. Then I said, what if you're a Muslim? Even then it said, yeah, transphobe, mate. So if a man pretty much comes, I gotta marry that man just so people don't call me a transphobe? Give me a break. But the point that I'm trying to say here is there's a monopoly of the information. The LGBT lobby is very strong. You'll see even you can ask Zionist questions and it's going to side with Israel and that sort of stuff. So people that are thinking,
It's benign technology. I'm asking it questions. How are you doing today? Hey, are you an idiot?
these kids ask them these questions, but when they start getting serious, they start getting hit with answers like this and they think, it's subjective. It's asking the internet, mate. So over-reliance on this sort of stuff and it being held to a very high standard is not gonna be good for us in the long run, because it's easy for them to control this technology and give us the answers that they want us to believe. And the last thing that I wanted to say was, look, there is no substitute for seeking knowledge face to face. That is the sunnah. That's the best way for us to seek it. Why? Because when you are in the presence of the person, number one, you can learn from non-verbal cues. Yeah, the atmosphere, the blessing, the presence. There's nothing that replaces the presence of the person. You might even learn more. Let's just say the lesson finishes, the teacher brings some tea and you have some tea and biscuits. You might learn more from that encounter than something else. You might love the fact that your teacher has gone above and beyond. You can't do that online. And you know what? Anything that was done at the time of the Prophet ﷺ is the best way of doing something. That's the best way. The others are, it might be convenient in some way or another, but that is the best way to do it. Benefiting from them, picking up good habits and seeing how they implement the sunnah, all that sort of stuff, guys. Look, I get it. Sometimes we need a quick answer and we don't get that from people because people are limited. No worries. Get your quick answer from these guys. But to live life, we need detailed responses as well. And that's for the long term, guys. Balance is important in everything. And that's why our deen is wasat. It's in the middle. Let's leave it there. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.